Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So listen, if there's ever been a video that I've made that you need to pay attention to and possibly share with your friends so that we can start a new trend, it's going to be this one, because the director of the FBI just made a stunning admission, at least it was stunning to me, about tracking your purchases. And this is something that you need to be aware of, and there's some things that we need to change. So let's talk about what just happened. Hey, real quick, I just want to mention that more than half the people that watch these videos are not actually subscribed. If you like Second Amendment content, you want to know what's going on around you, hit that little subscribe button. It's free, but it helps me out quite a bit. And sometimes people aren't seeing the videos they want to see in their thread, so make sure you hit that little alarm bell. That'll let you know when new content comes out. I put Second Amendment content out pretty much daily. So again, make sure you subscribe, a like would be appreciated, and hit that little bell notification. Let's get to it. Okay, so let's go and talk about what's going on here. So I'm sure you guys are aware that the director of the FBI recently testified in front of Congress. Now, during his testimony, one of the questions was about the FBI's involvement in obtaining financial records, personal financial records related to FFL transactions, your transactions, the things you do every single day when you go in there and you swipe and you get it. All of those financial transactions were transferred to the FBI, and the FBI had access to all of it. Now, the thing that really shocked me here is that not only did the FBI director admit it, he pretty much thought it wasn't really that big of a deal. He was very nonchalant about the whole thing, saying that he didn't even need a warrant, that it was perfectly lawful. Well, why would he not need a warrant? Well, he doesn't need a warrant because the banks were working hand in hand with the FBI. It was completely voluntary. The only reason they would need a warrant, apparently, is if the banks said, no, we're not going to give you that information. We're going to protect our customers and our clients. If the FBI still wanted that information, they could then get a warrant and obtain it. But the scope wasn't limited here. The scope was large, meaning that there really was no scope. They could basically obtain these records from the entire country about all of your FFL related purchases, and all of that information would be transferred to the FBI. And again, it's because they're working hand in hand together. Now, the advice that I want to give you, and the advice that I think that you should share with your friends, and what I think should become a trend, is start using cash at those specific places. Start using cash, stop swiping your card. Every time you swipe your card, it leaves a digital footprint, and apparently that digital footprint is shared very easily amongst the government. And if you're somebody like me who likes to keep things private, not because I'm worried about anything, but because I just think it's my own personal information, if you're somebody like that, go to the bank first, take out whatever cash you need, and then go and make your transaction, because to me, that's just a much safer way. So let's go ahead and take a look at the video here where the director of the FBI actually talks about this cooperation between them and the bank.
In my remaining minute, I want to turn to another issue. George Hill, former FBI supervisory intelligence analyst in the Boston field office, told us that the Bank of America, with no legal process, gave to the FBI gun purchase records with no geographical boundaries for anybody that was a Bank of America customer. Is that true?
Well, what I do know is that a number of business community partners all the time, including financial institutions, share information with us about possible criminal activity. And my understanding is that that's fully lawful. In the
Did you ask for that information?
In the specific instance that you're asking about, my understanding is that that information was shared with field offices for information only, but then recalled to avoid even the appearance of any kind of overreach. But my understanding is that that's a fully lawful process.
Was there a warrant involved?
Again, my understanding is that the institution in question shared information with us, as happens all the time.
Did you request the information?
I can't speak to the specifics.
Okay, well, we've got an email where it says the FBI did give the search queries to Bank of America, and Bank of America responded to the FBI and gave over this information without a search warrant. Do you believe there's any limitation on your ability to obtain gun purchase data or purchase information for people who aren't suspects from banks without a warrant?
Well, now you're asking a legal question, which I would prefer to defer to the lawyers, since I'm not practicing as one right now, including the department. But what I will tell you is that my understanding is that the process by which we receive information from business community partners across a wide variety of industries, including financial institutions, sharing information with us about possible criminal activity is something that is fully lawful under current federal law.
It may be lawful, but it's not constitutional. I yield back.
Now, I don't know if his demeanor bothers you as much as it bothers me. His very laid back, it's not really against the law, so, it's not really that big of a deal type thing. I don't like that whatsoever. So I don't think I'm going to be using my card for anything. Not even if they sell soda, forget about it. I'm not going to get a Pepsi with my card. I'll be using cash there from now on, and I suggest everybody else does as well. Basically just put a stop to the paper trail, and if a bunch of people across the country start doing the same thing, then we could put a stop to the paper trail altogether. So anyway, I think that again, that was very eye-opening, that little conversation that they had back and forth there, Massey and the director, and I wanted to share it with you. Thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. You guys have a great day.